that in the summers, don't you? It gets busier and busier. So I'm really going through a period myself where I've just been absolutely flat out.
You know what it is? I think it's the sun. It just draws everyone out in Peterborough,
does.
you know?
Absolutely,
They're so used to the rain and the grey and the cloudy. I mean, they said we're the most miserable town in the UK, didn't they? Obviously, when it's sunny.
Let's not remind everyone about that, but it's so true, absolutely. I think, last week we had quite a interesting week. So on that note, I really want to... I'm not sure if you're a cricket fan.
No, I don't get a chance to watch any sports, anything.
Well, I'm not sure if you're even aware, but England won the ICC World Cup last week for the first time ever. So, first of all, I just want to congratulate the England cricket team for winning their first ICC Cricket World Cup in a historic fashion. So, massive achievement. So, fantastic news there for the England cricket team. So, I just wanted to really mention that. So, we're bringing to you on Salaam Radio every Tuesdays at 5 p.m. on the show, the Peterborough Property Guys. We are live on Salaam Radio 106.2 FM. You can listen to us online by visiting salaamradio.co.uk or watch the show on our streaming services by searching Salaam Radio on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram or Twitter. So plenty of platforms to find us and watch us live. If you prefer mobile, please download the Salaam Radio app through the App Store or Google Play. Salaam Radio is always on air 24/7, 365, uniting all communities. You can always watch the repeat of the show if you've missed the live show by simply finding us online by clicking Salaam Radio. So today's guest is Amir Butt from A&B Law Solicitors based over in Park Road in the city centre. Amir will be sharing with us his years of expertise and why it's taken longer than usual to complete on house sales. So if you have any questions or want to share your experience, then get involved in our show by dialing 01733 602 133, or you can text or WhatsApp on 07745 278 978. Our main topic to be discussed today is which street sells the most in Peterborough. So Adam, before we go into more details about that topic, as we do every single week, the Property Guys, what is the Property Guys all about? So our listeners out there can tune in every week.
So guys, the Property Guys is all about uniting everyone, bringing everyone's knowledge and combining it into one show so everyone can learn as they drive home from work from real world industry experts. Not just what you hear on the news, not just what you read in the paper or read online, literally from the people who are dealing with it on the ground day in, day out. And using that knowledge, we can all be stronger as property owners, as investors, as estate agents, letting agents, you name it, we're getting everyone in to help out.
Most definitely.
So guys, don't try and fight the battle of staying up with this knowledge on your own. Come listen to this show. We'll bring it all to you in one space.
Absolutely. How many years have you been in the sector now?
Oh God, over 7 years now.
Yeah. And myself being over a decade, so it's a lot of knowledge that we can actually dispense to our listeners.
Not only that, it's all the years of experience everyone else we bring on the show as well.
Absolutely, 100%. Vital point that you just made there. Last week we had a mortgage advisor. The week before we had an estate agent. Next week we've got a solicitor, conveyancer, you could say as such. Eventually we'll get some more estate agents, some investors, some developers. So the list does really go on. So it'd be really exciting to get these guys on the show to share their knowledge, because the market is constantly changing. We've got so many things going on with the Brexit scenario, etc. It can really go on. So exciting times for property, and let's not forget, property is one of the most important things, the most important necessities, as I say, in a human life. So to know about property, the basic about property, I would say is probably essential. So this is why we guys are here, to keep you guys up to date, get local guests come to the show and share their knowledge. And if you guys got any question, by all means you could get involved, ask the guest a question that you might be stuck on or you want answering, and I'm sure these guys are expert in their industry, they'll be able to answer. So before we go on to the topic, Adam, I'm guessing you've got the headlines, so
I've got the headlines today.
Over to Adam Cooper.
So guys, the headlines today is, our first time buyers been squeezing the investors out of the market in Peterborough by paying more than they would? Or is it the overcomplexity of the buying process slowing down the sales in Peterborough, which is driving down the figures as a result? Because guys, we all know it's got more and more complex. Or as my theory, just my theory, how property transactions slow down due to conveyancers spending too many afternoons on the golf course rather than actually working on our property conveyancing services. But that is why we have Amir here today to ask him that burning question.
That'd be my God, Amir, wouldn't it?
I think the only way we're going to tell is by getting on the golf course, though, you know. They're always going to deny it. Always going to deny it. You get on the golf course, they're going to kill it.
Yeah. Well, he's not actually here yet. Let's hope he's not listening and we haven't frightened him away.
Have a lawsuit around straight away, eh?
Absolutely, mate. So, guys, if you listen live on Salaam Radio, we want to ask you, which street you think sell the most houses in Peterborough? I'll give you a guess. It's in PE3 area. And although there's loads of street names, we'd love to hear your thoughts on this question. So, once again, which street you think sell the most houses in Peterborough? And it's in PE3, so you can WhatsApp your answer on 07745 278 978 or get involved on Facebook Live. So, going back to our topic, many folks say moving home is the most stressful thing. Moving home is like someone, and that someone is usually you, and you were the cause of this devastation, has collected all your worldly goods, put them into brown boxes and into a lorry, making your whole life look like an Amazon delivery van, only to spend the next 6 months unpacking it all, whilst unable to find important things like your bank cards, those shoes, or special jewellery. Adam, you've bought a house, you've had the whole experience of moving. Please,
I have.
if you don't mind, let's start off with you as our number one person. Tell us your experience and how you found not only moving houses, but what did you actually have to do to actually move and get to where you have to get to?
You know what? My actual first buying my personal house was massively traumatic.
I could imagine.
I think that was almost the hardest deal I've ever to get over the line, and I've progressed probably hundreds and hundreds of sales. But my one, I guess, because you're emotionally attached.
Absolutely, yeah.
But my God, me and my ex-partner, we picked a new build, thinking nice and easy.
Yeah.
New build, nothing going wrong, move straight in, it's all magnolia'd. There's nothing really to complain about.
Yeah.
But oh my God.
Yeah.
Literally, we were meant to move in. We were meant to exchange in 2 months, exchange complete. We meant to move in December. I think it's about October at the time. And we didn't get in until mid-March, the end of March.
Wow.
About 24th of March the next year. But now in that time, we originally had a mortgage offer agreed by the new build site, by their preferred broker, which is fine. You know, we all know the rules. They normally want you to use their preferred brokers, preferred conveyancer. So we did all that.
Right, okay.
And the first mortgage offer came out fine, no issues. About 2 months later, because the sale dragged on so long, that first lender got oversubscribed in that postcode.
Oh, wow.
So they wouldn't lend.
Goodness.
So that one we've literally flicked through like that, no issues, nothing. Not even a bat of an eyelid.
Did you?
No, but then next lender, go to next lender, Adam, don't worry, we've got this, we deal with new builds all the time, so okay, let's conveyance Mr. Mortgage Developer Broker from the new build site, and again we got turned down.
Wow.
The second lender rejected us. They found a £28 unpaid phone bill on my ex's account. £28.
Wow.
So my God, I've never tried to pay £28 so quick in my life.
Goodness. So pedantic, aren't they?
Yeah. But then that lender then wasn't happy with all the terms. So our last lender, by this time my credit score had been ripped apart. I mean, we've been credit searched by lenders twice in the space of 3 months by this point.
Yeah.
Now, literally, I had a new build site. The new build site of everyone calling up saying they're going to pull the sale within exchange by a certain date, even though we're using their services. It's as ironic as it gets, but yeah, we were on the edge. I had all the furniture sat in storage. I had everything there, and it was literally the new build site. We were going to pull the sale, or we were going to exchange complete simultaneously. It was one or the other. Either the offer came out, or we lost everything, all our money. Just
listen to your stories. They don't say that moving homes is the third most stressful thing in a person's life, because the way you just explained it, goodness, who wants to move houses?
God, this is someone who deals with sales all day long and property all day long.
Exactly.
Right, it should have been a doddle.
Yeah, it should really be. Yeah.
But my God, no. Yeah, it was tough. It was tough. So I feel people's pain.
I don't actually know an estate agent who assists buyers with a lorry, with an in-house lorry that they give their buyers so they can move their stuff with ease.
So that's a really good idea, isn't it?
I think that's quite clever, because one, you're giving a really good customer experience, and secondly, you're reducing the stress of one of the most stressful times in your life. You're reducing it by aiding them with an easement.
Well, you say you're reducing it, but who's driving the lorry?
Well, it's going to be...
Is it the seller or is it the actual lorry driver? Because I reckon if it's the seller driving the lorry, it might get more stressful.
Yeah, well...
I've seen some drives in Peterborough, exactly.
There you have it. I mean, just you mentioning your experience as buying your first house and all the niggles that you had to go through before you actually even got your mortgage offer. You mentioned the fact that you you bought your house, you moved in. What about then? What was it like unpacking, getting things organised? How did you find that?
Oh, it was great fun. I mean, as a 3-bedroom house, I don't manage to step foot in my 3rd bedroom to actually use it as a room for about 4 months, 5 months. It was just the spare room. It was had all like half unpacked boxes. You took all the good stuff out, left the weird stuff. You don't even know what's in the box. You don't even know why you packed it in the first place. It should have gone to a charity shop there and then, but you didn't. You brought it with you.
So who was the hoarder? Was it you or the other half?
Oh, it was always the other half, man. All I need is my phones, my laptops, some clothes, and a bit of food. I'm happy. I'm easygoing.
Fair enough. So, for our listeners out there, and for some of those who haven't actually bought their house yet, what is the process when you first decide you want to buy a house? So, the moment you think, actually, I need to find a house for me to live in, what is the number one thing that people normally do or should do? And if you can offer, just follow it through to A to Z, that'd be absolutely fantastic.
Okay, certainly. So, obviously, you've already got a property to sell.
Yeah.
Then you're going to want to list your property. But if you don't, if we're looking at it from like a first-time buyer's perspective, then you're going to want to go out and you say, you're going to get on all the portals, aren't you? You get a Rightmove, Zoopla,
absolutely, yeah,
on the market, all the major portals you see
advertised. The number one thing, you're going to go on Rightmove, Zoopla, on the market. You're going to go on.
I mean, we've all got our phones, haven't we? I mean, God, I've got 2 phones. You know, I can be on Zoopla and Rightmove at the same time. You know, so straight away on our phones, we're looking at it, we're window shopping. We love window shopping. Look at Amazon. Look at how well they do. People love to window shop. Rightmove, Zoopla, and all them portals are no different. So you get trawling through them. You arrange probably 20 viewings. 10 to 20 viewings. Then you view them. You realise probably, a couple of them work out. 4 or 5 maybe might suit ish. And then you're going to want to narrow them down, aren't you? So then normally you and your partner sit there looking at them. You're sitting there making compromises between each other.
Absolutely.
Trying to see which one offers the best value, the best all-round house. Then you can normally go back and review. Because I know you've probably seen it, Kasafi, when you're doing viewings. Like, people only run around a house for 5-10 minutes.
Yeah, initially, yeah.
One of their biggest purchases, you normally run around for about 5-10 minutes, in and out, have a quick look, make sure there's nothing hanging off, or if there is something hanging off, you make an adjustment in your price for it.
Most important purchase of your life, and you're going to go just have a look at it for about 5-10 minutes.
All casual, on a Saturday normally, just before you go down to relax with your friends. And then you normally shortlist them. Then you're going to go back again, and they say the average second review when you're serious at looking at buying is about 30-45 minutes for us to pick the house we want.
Okay.
Now, again, I think it varies from buy to buy. It depends how familiar you are, what industry you're in. But yeah, I'd say normally about half an hour is about right. And I'm sure you've probably seen it as well, Kasafi, with the second view, and you're almost like picking it apart, aren't you? Yeah,
but normally what I tend to do is the first viewing is more of a, I'd say, an emotional decision.
Of course.
And the second viewing is always a logical one.
Well, they say to sell anything to anyone, they must want it 8% emotional. So you've got to appeal to 80% of their emotional side, 20% of their logical side.
Absolutely, yeah.
If you tick both of them, they're in.
So normally, first viewing, we don't rush them around, but it's probably quicker than the second viewing. And it's definitely an emotional decision. So if they do like it, they're happy to go ahead, and they want to come and have a second look, then we kind of tend to just leave them for as long as they need, just to make sure that it is the right property that they want to move into. I mean, is it worth the stress, the brown cardboard boxes? Well, many Peterborough people think so. In the last 12 months, 296 families have sold and moved home in Peterborough, PE3. Yet the question I want to raise, Adam, is, do people on certain streets in PE3 postcode move more often than others?
So that's a really interesting one, So
before you do answer that, sorry to just butt in there, because I know we did post a question out there to our audience. I'm not sure if you've received any comments yet, but guys, the question, in fact, that we did post to you was, which street do you think sells the most houses in Peterborough? And we did give you a clue, which was it is in PE3. So we have had actually someone who's just WhatsApped us. They feel that it's Thorpe Road. So that's a good answer, but it's not there. Over to you, Adam, once again. Sorry to butt in there, but I thought I'd just give the audience a bit of a nudge just to get them to engage a bit more.
Bit of a teaser, right? But no, I mean, it was a good question, this one, because I mean, it even got me thinking. I mean, so I went back to Land Registry. So I went back 23 years. So I went right back to 95. So nearly as long as I've been born.
Okay.
So I went back and we checked the PE3 postcode. I mean, I checked the average of property value on particular streets, particular roads, to see if there was a correlation between prices and moving frequency. Because it's interesting someone mentions Fort Road out and everywhere, because Fort Road is probably one of the most prestigious streets, or considered one of the most prestigious streets
correct.
in the P1 area. You know, so, but I bet there's a lot less movement happening there than there is in the lower sort of priced areas. So I thought I'd see if there was a correlation there, really. And to be honest, it didn't look like there was a lot of difference in it, you know. It didn't look like there was a massive correlation in prices and moving frequency. So what I started, I shortlisted it again. We started initially looking at the top 10 streets in terms of the most sales. You know, we want to see who's pushing the most volume. And like you said, it was in PE3, interestingly enough. And out of all the streets, it actually ended up being one that I never suspected.
Go on. This is what our audience is waiting for now. So we've had a few answers. Luke said Thorpe Road, as we mentioned earlier on. We've had someone else who's WhatsApped us and said Mayor's Walk. But
so Mayor's Walk's a good one as well, isn't it? Because that's a big street.
It is. It's quite a long street. Yeah.
It's a very diverse street. You've got all sorts of houses there.
Yeah.
You've got right from the small ones right to the massive ones, just as it verged onto Fort Park Road.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, it turns out it was Ayerscroft in Breton.
Wow. Okay.
Ayerscroft.
Interesting.
I mean, it is. I mean, I sort of looked a bit deeper into it. I wondered, because from the results, it all showed generally sort of the north side of Breton and a lot of the ex-council style houses. So I wonder maybe were a lot of them bought up in the council schemes and sold because people made quick equity, and was that why there was more movement there than there was anywhere else? But to put it into perspective, Ayerscroft had an average of 9.43 sales per year since 1995.
Wow, interesting.
On one street.
Wow.
You know, that's crazy.
That's quite active, isn't it, for a street as small as Ayerscroft?
It's a fair amount, yeah. Considering, especially considering how big Breton everything is and how similar it all is as well. It does beg the question of why so many on Ayerscroft.
Interesting. So, I mean, looking at your sheet, you've got a list in front of you, and Ayerscroft is right at the top. So, by the looks of it, you've got a top 10.
I do.
So, if you don't mind, let our audience know what are the 10 most sellable streets in the PE3 area.
So, in PE3, starting from number 1 right down to number 10, obviously got Ayerscroft at number 1 with 9.43 sales per year.
Yep.
Then we've got Kirk Meadow closely following after at 9.22 sales.
Not far off.
It's not far off. And again, it's very similar property types, isn't it, down there?
It is, yeah, it is.
But then we jump right up to the other spectrum, which what Luke commented in, which was Fort Road at 8.65 sales per year.
So, yeah, well done, Luke. You weren't too far off.
Yeah, I mean, it's even more than I expected to have, to be honest. And then we've got Langley in Breton as well, following really close after Fort Road at 8.35. Which is interesting, because Langley is a bit of a prettier to look at street normally than Ayerscroft, because it's a bit more spread out down there, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
you know, it's a bit more spread out. And I know when I used to sell, they always proved really popular. They'd fly off the shelves. But I wonder if people just stay longer because of that. Then we've got Ringwood straight after that as well. Ringwood's over at 6.87. That's right over South Breton. That's right near the Fitzwilliam Hospital over that way.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
it's right over there. And again, that's a nice street as well. Barnstock followed at 6.78 behind it. Again, back to North Breton. 6
to 7 properties per year being sold there.
Yeah,
Barnstock.
Yeah, and we've got Watergall. Again, it seems like a lot of the ex-council stuff sort of take the lead. Watergall at 6.35, Pye Hill coming in at 6.4, Brook Furlong at 6.09, and then Tollgate at 5.91. And again, Tollgate surprised me. Look, again, that's quite a spread out road. It's quite a nice little road as well. You know, for the PE3 area.
Yeah.
Very close to the hospital as well. So it's right by the roundabout towards the bridge, and it's just crossing over.
It is.
To the city hospital. So you would have thought when the hospital got built, that picked the sales numbers up there.
Definitely.
They had a bigger influx of buyers in that area, and they're willing to pay more. But I know, well, the hands down winner was clearly Ayerscroft. Clearly,
it was. You would have thought it would be Thorpe Road, because Thorpe Road, the streets that you just mentioned in the top 10, and you look at where they're located, and you see where Thorpe Road's located. I mean, Thorpe Road's located is quite an upmarket street. It
is, but it brings it down to the demographic of Peterborough. Is who's buying the most properties? Is it you know? Because my experience is always it was first time buyers and investors, and sort of anything up when I sell. It's quite a number of years ago, mind you. It was always up to sort of 200,000 that sold like hotcakes. Anything above that I found slowed down a bit. I mean, I don't know how you find it, exactly. You deal with quite prestigious properties normally, don't you?
I do, yeah, absolutely. I mean, what I kind of tend, especially this current climate, the high end property takes a bit longer to sell, and you're always going to get that because you haven't got a whole lot of people who've got loads and loads of money to spend on properties.
Of course, you never got that same pool of buyers. If you're not as
So,
big.
Yeah, you got more investors who are looking to kind of, or first-time buyers fall in the category of trying to find a property that is going to give them a good return of investment, or first-time buyers looking for a property that's going to be affordable for them, for what they're actually earning on their in terms of salary-wise. So yeah, I think hence why we've got more average streets than we have got up-end.
I think so.
Thorpe Road is
Yeah.
an up-end street.
Cool. If you're a first-time buyer buying on Thorpe Road, God, you've done something right. I mean, you need to give me and Kazafi your secrets clearly. But no, it goes to show you. I mean, because if you're going to move into something like Thorpe Road, something quite prestigious, it's probably your third, your fourth, maybe even your fifth move, and you're
Most definitely.
probably towards like your mid to later in the life. So you've done it, you've experienced it, and you know what you want from a property. So obviously the negotiation process takes longer, the viewing stages take longer, and you're not going to view 10, 20 in a day. You're probably going to view a couple every other week, maybe, as and when they come up, aren't you? So that would explain probably why the sales. I mean, that's why it still gobsmacks me that it's third, to be honest.
Well, looking at the some of the statistics in terms of the average value of the streets that we just mentioned, just looking at the top 10, so Earlscroft, the average value for that is £125,846, and Thorpe Road, here we go, £404,061. So there you have it. That just epitomises that Thorpe Road, in fact, is a high up-end part of the PE3 area.
Mind you, it's considerably cheap Thorpe Road, though. Do you not think? On a street where there's £1 million plus houses.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely.
I wonder if that consists of a lot of the flats.
Well, there are new builds that are being built there, so that may potentially have had an impact in terms of the average.
There's probably
price.
a good 100 or so flats on that street, isn't there?
Yeah.
So I wonder that pulls it down.
Especially with the new developments that's happening around there. So
yeah, exactly.
So we've got the top 10. There's so much more to PE3 than the top 10. Let's name a few names before the end of the break. We've got a few minutes, so why not? So what have we got after, was it Tollgate?
Yeah.
What is the 11th, shall we say, most sellable street in PE3?
Cool. We're back onto Mayor's Walk, aren't we? Mayor's Walk, which someone commented in, didn't they?
Absolutely, yeah, that's right.
Mayor's Walk's always been popular ever since I've known it. Again, you've got such a diverse amount of houses now. You go from your little two-bed terrace houses, your 1-2-bed flats, right up to the Big Daddy's version to Thorpe Park Road, because it just sort of merges into one there, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so you got Thorpe Park Road, which is probably 1/3 of it.
Yeah. I mean, I remember years ago when I was selling a house down there, everyone was flocking to it because it's Thorpe Park Road. We couldn't get enough of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then it was interesting. I found when they realised how close it was to the Mayor's Walk side, they were a bit like, a little bit disheartened. I think people want that prestigious, that name. I think so. That's why I think Mayor's Walk's a very good compromise in that sense.
Definitely. So what's after that then?
After that, we've got Willenholt, surprisingly enough. Willenholt's over in Ravensthorpe as well. Again, so that pushes right down to, and God, the average price in Willenholt, let's have a look, what was that? That was like £116,231. And they're very similar to Breton houses, very similar to the kind of stock you get in Ayerscroft and Kirk Meadow.
Interesting. So keep going.
So then, following that, let's have a look, we've got Stumpacre. And again, something's very similar, but they actually went up £1,000. So it's actually 117,394 is the average sale price. And it shows me people's a very first-time buyer, very investor-led city in terms of sales. You notice, Kazafi, a lot of these are below the first threshold of stamp duty at 125,000.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
That's not normally just a coincidence. That's because people are pushing that way deliberately.
Yeah. Would you say properties in that area are a lot cheaper? That's why they're a lot more appealing. That's why there's a lot more activity in the buying market.
Oh, definitely. I bought my first investment property in Britain over in Risby.
Oh, really?
Because of the price.
Yeah.
The price and the yield you get on it is a great deal. I've still got it to this day.
Fantastic. So the properties in that area, they are quite good for first-time buyers or even investors.
Yeah.
Is it more of a investment kind of area, or would you say it's good for both?
I think it's a good mix nowadays.
Yeah.
I think it used to be a lot more investors, but I think as the affordability is getting more and more out of some people's reach, this is still a great place. You get such big room sizes, don't you? I mean, the one I bought, 3 doubles, a massive bathroom, and a separate WC downstairs as well. It's just in great proportions. There just wasn't a lot to grumble about really with it.
Great stuff. Well, look, thank you for that. We should hopefully be having a guest coming on the second half of the show, who's going to be discussing with us why it's taking a little longer than usual to sell properties. So if you guys got any questions that you want to ask Amir, then please tune in. And we're going to be back in a few minutes after the break. So please don't go away, and we'll speak to you soon now.
Stay tuned to Salaam Radio after this short ad break.
It doesn't take much to bring some difference. You give some change, which makes a change. Because nothing gets mileage like a charity. Just a little change turns into a chain. And before we know it, the results are massive. So give a little to make a big difference. For donations, call now. UKIM 0207 387 2157.
दोस्ता की परेशान है
जरा कर है ना सारा सौदा मुक्या वा मुल्का विच पैसे भेजने
हूं नहीं मार फूड वाले की फोन खड़का ते फ्री लोकल डिलीवरी कार मंगवा
अलाता उठा कै स्पेशल आ
उना की लबाई हाइजीनिक ग्रेड 5 चीजें चंगियां मियारी ते सस्तियां ते नाले ऑफर ही ऑफर
और क्या
ताजा गोश्त ताजी सब्जियां ते फ्रूट आटा चावल दाना मसाले ते जूस सारे बिल जमा करने गैस ते इलेक्ट्रिक ने टॉप अप भी करने पाकिस्तान पैसे बिल्कुल फ्री भेजने मतलब के एक चिड़ी ने दूध छड़ी ते हर शय लबनी
उठा जने ने आप उतरा
Amar Food Store and Halal Meat 613B Lincoln Road Peterborough telephone 01733 687374.
My name is Khalid Siddiq.
I'm Saif Adam.
Salaam alaikum, this is Baraka Blue.
Yo, this is your boy Harris J, and make sure you guys stay tuned to Salaam Radio 106.2 FM.
Salaam Radio, in conjunction with the Council of British Hajis, presents a Hajj seminar Sunday the 21st of July from 1 p.m. at the Allama Iqbal Centre, 157 Cromwell Road, PE1 2EL. Multimedia guide presented in English by Sheikh Suleiman Ghani and Abdul Akbar. Learn how to perform Umrah and Hajj. Practical guide. Interactive Q&A. Health and safety advice. Hajj travel shop. To book your tickets, visit cbhuk.org/events or call 0845 833 4145. Hajj Seminar, Sunday the 21st of July from 1 p.m. at the Allama Iqbal Centre, 157 Cromwell Road, PE1 2EL.
Do you own a restaurant or takeaway? Cater Fair is an expert supplier of new and used commercial catering equipment. Visit caterfair.co.uk for quality equipment on sale at the lowest prices. Or call us on 01733 310 115 or visit us at 11 Royce Road, Fengate, Peterborough.
Gems and jewels. Wise sayings, interesting events, and moral lessons from Islamic history. One's recompense for going through a calamity.
Bukhari and Muslim related from Abu Hurairah radiyallahu anhu that Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, whenever a Muslim loses 3 of his children, the hellfire will not touch him except to fulfill an oath. And that is referring to the verse,
there is not one of you but will pass over it, meaning the hellfire.
This refers to passing over the bridge that is erected over the hellfire, and may Allah protect us from it.
Broadcasting 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. This is Salaam Radio.
Assalamu alaikum everyone, welcome back to Salaam Radio 106.2 FM. You are listening to the Peterborough Property Guys with myself, Kazafi Sadiq, and my co-host Adam Cooper. Welcome back, Adam.
Welcome guys, welcome.
So just to let you guys know, our guest is running a bit late, so we're gonna put Adam to the test, because apparently Adam he is. I think he says that he's a part-time solicitor. So
I feel like it, mate. Do you know a lot of these transactions? I don't play any golf though. I've never played golf unless crazy golf counts.
Rule you out.
But I mostly lose that anyway, unless it's against my daughter. Other than that, so yeah, I don't think I could be a full-time solicitor, but part-time we can definitely fill this in.
Yeah, I've never been much of a golfer myself, to be fair. I mean, I played it when I was young. I've done a bit of crazy golf. I've done a bit of but probably something I can consider. In my retirement.
Sounds like a life, doesn't it? You know?
It does, yeah. I see a lot of young guys playing it. It's like, how do you guys balance it out? You know, you must be doing really well for yourself.
It's good to throw a few awkward inquiries out there that no one can answer, and then go play golf.
Do you reckon it's a means of building a network and connections?
No, I reckon it is, you know, because again, like the circle of investors I mix in, they say go to anywhere almost high end, any golf clubs, any like really expensive gyms, country clubs, you name it, you go there, because you're going to be surrounded by that kind of person who's, you know, who wants to spend that sort of money.
So it's really a rich man's game then, isn't it?
Yeah, you say that, but you know, my younger brother plays golf and he's not rich.
He must really enjoy it in that case.
Maybe he's playing it to get rich, maybe he's got the same idea as what I just said in his head.
You never know, do you?
You never know.
Let's crack on with the show. So Adam, we got some questions for you.
Bring him on.
So please explain a little to those listeners. Why is it taking longer than usual to complete on house sales?
You know what, I think, like I said earlier, it's the complexity of the house sale process, you know. I think lenders are wanting more and more information to feel safe before they lend. So I've noticed whenever I'm buying a house anymore, selling a house, God, it feels like sometimes in my blood. So they want to know every nook and cranny of the house, every ins and out, anything that even sounds slightly strange and slightly different to the norm.
Right.
God, they're like a whole week just trying to divulge it and pick it apart and try and see exactly what's what with it. You know?
But that's when you're getting your mortgage, correct? Once you've got your mortgage...
I know, the offer doesn't normally come out to quite late in the process though, does it?
Does it?
That's the thing.
It only comes out once you get your survey done and you get your mortgage offer.
Exactly. So these buyers may have their decision in principle, you know, already there, but then they actually got to translate it to going through and make sure the lender's happy with the purchase they're making.
Do you think estate agents understand conveyancing?
That's a tricky one. I think some do, but probably a fair bit do, but there's probably a massive majority out there that still don't or don't know enough.
Come on, buyers, you can't expect, especially first-time buyers, you can't expect them to know what conveyancing actually consists of.
Oh, definitely not. I mean, I remember getting thrown in the fire when I was first in the industry, and the manager was off, and I did the sales chasing for the day. I remember a solicitor or conveyancer asking me, was there any restricted covenants on the property? And I was like, oh my God, what's a restricted covenant? She nearly laughed me off the phone. like we're all conveyancers and solicitors. But yeah, imagine that's kind of talk to normal sort of buyers. And like you say, I think last week we discussed that someone moves on average now, everything 23 years, was it?
Interesting. We did have that conversation last week, and that was one of the points that was mentioned in terms of the research.
God, I mean, anyone who's not in property or does it, you know, more than every 23 years, who's going to know these intricate questions?
Absolutely, that's really, really, you know, it's true. The fact that the more you do it, for example, investors, they do it, if not weekly, daily, to buy properties. They know exactly how it works. If you don't mind, for our listeners out there, what is the process of conveyancing? So someone buys a house, they instruct a solicitor. So what does a solicitor do?
Well, straight away, solicitor's going to wait for the memorandum of sales from your estate agent.
Yep.
So that's going to go out to both party solicitors. They're going to get it. They're then going to start drawing up your draft contracts off the back of that.
Yep.
They're going to ask you to pay for your searches normally pretty quick.
Yep.
Now, we do that because a lot of estate agents are pushing for the same thing. So obviously, until someone pays their searches, they've not normally spent any money. So people want them to pay for searches. It's going to get them financially committed. So that would be one of the first things your solicitor's normally pushing you for.
So what do searches consist of? So what are they searching for?
So they're checking for like the environmental searches, drainage searches, all that sort of stuff, just to make sure any historic events or has happened around the property within a set radius, they're going to count for them, and we know. Because again, a lot of the lenders are going to want. I mean, I had one come back myself recently on a sale I finished, I think it was late last year, about October, November last year. And one of the things it pulled back on the search was the flood risk. I get this, Gaddafi. The flood risk was it's got a chance of flooding once in every 1,000 years below basement level. Now, this house had no basement. It was a two-storey house, two-storey detached house in Woodstone. And one of the issues they flagged on it was potential flooding below basement level. I thought, oh my god, like, I don't even have a basement. That means it's going to come up to my doorstep, which is crazy. It's crazy, but they're the sort of things that they're looking for, because believe it or not, lenders want to know this. Lenders want to know every nook and cranny, all the ins and outs of it. So once the searches are done, I mean, search will take 14 days. So that's going to be something you want to get going right at the start, along with working with your mortgage advisor, getting a survey instructor, getting that booked, getting the valuation back through, make sure the lender's happy with everything they've seen, and in this day and age, make sure it's not been downvalued as well. Because that's happening a lot. And we said about it with Gareth last week, didn't we? About all the down valuations happening. So you've got all them hurdles jumping. Once you get there, then once the searches are back, your solicitor go back and forth between the buyer and the seller solicitors, asking inquiries off the back of the search. It's just an inquiry just when you're digging deeper into it. So you're digging deeper into it, getting right to the bottom of it. Say like my flood risk, for example. Why? What's the cause of it? Where's the flood potentially coming from? All that sort of stuff. And then eventually once they're all happy with that, and the mortgage offers come out, we're going to set an exchange date and then potentially completion date. But from the looks of it, we'd had our guests walk in anyway. So you don't need to hear this from me anyway. You can hear it from the man himself, Mr. Amir. How are you getting on?
I'm fine, thank you very much. Yeah, how about you?
I'm good.
Good.
Hi. Just happy to get a mic on for you.
Apologies.
Guys, hi Amir. Thank you very much for coming to the show. Guys, want to welcome you. Amir Butt on the show, as we already mentioned. He's a local solicitor who is the director of A&B Law, based over in Park Road in the city centre. So welcome, Amir. Thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you very much for the invite.
So we were just speaking about conveyancing, in fact, and hopefully we hope that you could help us answer some questions. Our listeners out there, it'd be really interesting for them to know certain things. One of the questions that we already asked, but we'd love to hear it from yourself because you're the industry expert. We've noticed it's taking a little longer than usual for houses to complete lately.
Yeah.
What would you say the reason for that is?
Very simply, it's the holidays. Some of the people are away in a chain. If you're especially in a chain, if the lawyer is away or his secretary or assistant is away,
the buyer or the sellers?
It doesn't matter. It makes absolutely no difference whether it's a sale or a purchase, particularly if you're in a chain.
So they take it in turn. Sometimes the buyer or the seller, or sometimes the solicitor.
Sometimes the solicitor. People go away. So, for example, I've got one at the moment we're trying to exchange. We're in a chain. We've been trying for at least about a week and a half. Every single day we get a call. The chain is about 5 people. The lawyer is just sometimes it's just not there, so you can't catch it.
Interesting. Yeah,
it is the killers at the holidays, especially this time of year.
Yeah,
everyone's going on holiday.
Yeah, I've personally experienced that quite more regular than other reasons. Where holidays does play a big part in terms of delaying the sale. One question I really want to ask as an estate agent: why do solicitors never give straightforward answers to estate agents?
Why don't we like to give a straightforward answer? Well, you
could say to the estate agents though, Amir, not understanding the question, not understanding the answer you're giving. Maybe it's too technical.
Would you say it's like a game of tennis? You like to have the ball in your court?
No. Really, look, you guys are really very helpful. Right, a lot of the time, if not all of the time. We really the difficulty sometimes this is that we are trying to get an answer from the other side solicitor. We can't get an answer because they can't get an answer from their client or some other bizarre reason. And the agents really come in very handy. We sort of say to them, look, could you please just contact the other client because we can't technically contact, but there seems to be some delay. Could you just help out?
Okay.
So times like this, really, you guys really come in very handy. Yes, there are times really when we are really pushed, and then we say, okay, we've got 10 transactions going at the different stages. We need the client really to help, or agent really to help, and sometimes we're able to deal with it then and there, and the other times we take a little bit of a time. Quite a natural thing, but we like to work with the estate agents because it pays. Really.
Would you say conveyancers get paid for finding problems?
Oh yeah, we love to find problems. Really, we love to do that. What we don't want to do is, well, you get two kind of people really. One really who would say, everything is fine, and it goes through that okay. There's sometimes really you get people really who can actually find a problem. So, for example, at the moment, I'm acting in relation to a transaction where the property must have changed hand about 5 or 6 times.
Wow.
And we've now discovered a problem. There are a couple of leases shown, and the previous firm of solicitors really knew, they had the actual documents, didn't do much about it. We're only selling, so the purchaser solicitors have picked it up, and we've said to client as well, actually they were right really to have picked it up and we need to deal with it. And I've actually delayed it for at least about a month trying to sort it out. So sometimes really people, a good conveyancer will always find a problem if there is a problem to be found. If there isn't a problem, then there won't be anything. It really somewhere, someone, if there is a problem, someone should find a problem, sooner the better. And sometimes really it goes that way.
I mean, I always find the ironic thing is with this is everyone gets annoyed, but you are paying your conveyancer to find the problems on the purchase or the sales that you're doing.
Absolutely.
Because you guys are there to protect us.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah.
But we still get frustrated.
Yeah, you guys too.
You
The process really of, so I'll give you just an example. A quite close friend of mine had a mortgage-free property, wanted to transfer it. Came to me and said, here's a TR1 form, just sign it, do it, take it to the land registry, you don't need to pay me for that. We lost our £300-400 for it, but it was just half an hour work. There wasn't anything there, and we didn't want to charge it. It wasn't justifiable. But the conveyancer's job predominantly is to look at the paperwork carefully, thoroughly, to make sure there's not going to be any problem for your client. And if there's a problem which has been caused by the previous party, then they sort it out at their expense.
Guys, if you've got any questions, you can WhatsApp, you can text or WhatsApp on 07745 278 978. We're also on Facebook Live. I know a few people have actually tuned in to watch us on Facebook Live, so hi to all those guys who are tuning in today. Luke McDonald, Shafiq Hussain, Zishan Sadiq, Zair Murad, Guli Khan, Shiraz Fiyaz. Thank you very much for watching us today. Amir, one thing I've noticed, and I want to ask, conveyancers tend to always blame the chain. Would you say that's true?
Look, I just gave you then an example where we're about 5 people in the chain, right? Okay, and I just cannot get. By the time the chain starts from one end, you're almost towards the end of the day. In a simple transaction where there are 2 parties, you're only liaising with the other solicitor. You pick a phone number. If the other guy is not there on the desk or whatever reason, then someone else will pick up the file and exchange it. But when you've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people in the chain, you're trying to coordinate. And it's very, very hard. And again, the estate agents play a very, very vital role because they align everyone up.
On that note, what top tips do you have for things to move along for agents?
To be honest, they are very, very good. Most of the estate agents are exceptionally good at it. And really, it'd be fair to say, really, you guys, really, the estate agents really line everyone up. They'll ring around everyone. They'll find a problem and they'll tell us in the chain.
Okay.
So I think
that's
really
good to hear, isn't it? Estate agents are being proactive.
Really,
I think communication sounds like it's key then.
Really, it is.
Because like you say, Amir, like you can't contact the rest of the chain, which must be incredibly frustrating.
Yeah.
Especially when it's a simple question.
No.
Because I bet there's so many occasions you're like, God, if I could just ring them up, I could answer it in 2 seconds flat.
Yeah. Well, that really, honestly, I've got another one. Sorry about that, but we're buying a brand new property. My client is selling the house. We did not even know that the guy we are selling to had a property to sell.
Oh, no way.
Right. So he joined so late in the transaction. It's a brand new property, newly developed. The director of Barrett's Home is really shouting down on the phone and saying, this must exchange today. And we're saying, well, look, it can't exchange today because the money has to come from the sale of the property, and that guy is not there yet. So until he's there, I can't have the money to exchange. Sorry, love to do it. I'm ready. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of time.
Yeah.
But
I mean, on that point, whose fault do you reckon that was? I mean, do you think estate agents understand conveyancing?
They really, really do a lot more, especially really the people really who are in the industry for a long time.
Okay.
They do understand it pretty well. Wouldn't that be right, really?
Oh yeah, definitely. I reckon people, once you've done it a few times,
yeah,
you know the boxes you need to tick, you know the people you need to chase, you know the dominoes effect you're going to have on exchange completion.
Yeah, exactly. Really, no. To be honest, within Peterborough, we've seen the estate agents really doing very, very well
Okay,
in
that's really
terms of
good to hear.
keeping the chain. Really, and they always come in handy. Yeah, sometimes they give us a call and says, you're not doing X, Y, Z, and we're okay, really, to take you on the chain, really. Yep, we haven't done something. It might be the client hasn't come about with it. Then we'll say to the agent, is really, well, look, I'm waiting for X, Y, Z.
I mean, you must have come across some novices in terms of estate agents. I mean, do you think estate agents should be trained in understanding conveyancing?
It would be really quite helpful, but to be honest, once they've done a few transactions, it's a process really that they know that until the lawyer has had replies to inquiries and they're satisfactory, there's nothing really is going to move further forward.
But you say that, but there's always a risk of making a mistake, and that mistake could essentially tarnish your reputation, couldn't it? In terms of...
We're talking a solicitor or an estate agent?
The estate agent.
Well, yeah, I mean, you obviously get one chance. It's quite emotional when you get to the middle of the sale, isn't it, on the transaction side?
Yeah.
Emotions are when they're high on all sides. Everyone's committed financially, aren't they?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. And the difficulty for estate agents is by the time a client goes in the market and put the property in the market, they've made up their mind they want to sell it.
Exactly.
Okay. So by the time a client has come along or a buyer has come along ready to purchase it, that's another a month, 2 months, week, 2 weeks, 6 months, you don't know really for it. So they are quite already really ready at that stage where they want to move, get the property sold. It doesn't really always work. And really, hat off to estate agents, the people perception is if you talk to the lawyer, they're going to cost you the money. And we're quite happy with that, frankly speaking. We don't charge, we're a fixed fee. We're quite happy with that perception, which means is the client really is not ringing us to say, well, really, the curtain is not the right colour as to what that's really is not our really. We're here really to do the legal. We're quite happy really to sort out if there's a major problem. Whereas the estate agents take quite a lot on the chin really for that.
Definitely.
And really they've got greater responsibility and greater risk really compared to us.
I mean, you've talked really positively about estate agents. However, if there was one thing that you would like to change about an estate agent, because you must deal with them day in, day out in terms of communication, what would that thing be?
To be honest, not being diplomatic or anything really like that at all. I really wouldn't want anything really to be changed. Really, for all the estate agents I've had always contact with.
We've had experience with a lot of conveyancers, and a lot of them say, you're harassing us too much.
Yeah, they do. Look, that's not the estate agents. I know where you're coming from, and a lot of estate agents
the right questions, knowing exactly where it is on the chain, asking the right questions at the right time.
Really, look, see, the thing is really for us as a solicitor, we see estate agents as an integral part of the transaction.
Yeah.
If you don't treat them as an integral part, you will find them annoying.
Yeah.
Because they're ringing you. If an estate agent calls me 5 times in a day, or 5 times in a week, or 5 times in a month, I can't bill him or her. Whereas if my client really calls me, he's already paying me really for it.
Correct.
So from my perspective, unless I want to retain a relationship with an estate agent, I've no reason really to like him or dislike him.
True.
So if it bugs me too much, I say clear off.
Do you reckon it'd be a good idea for the agent to get to know the conveyancer better?
It really always will be a good idea. Really always.
We as a company, we use an app. It's called MIO, M-I-O.
Okay.
It's actually designed by the TM Group.
Okay, yeah.
And what this actually does, it helps not only the agent, but also the seller to give them a progress of the sale of their property.
Yeah. So
they know exactly where they are instead of calling the agent or the solicitor to find out, to get an update.
Yeah.
This app, in fact, it actually communicates with the other agents.
Okay.
So if another agent is using the app, and they've got a client who's got a mortgage offer that's out, automatically your side of the app will be updated.
Okay.
So it synchronizes. So
Okay,
it's
that's
a
really
really
good.
clever app that's designed by the TM Group, and I recommend it's actually being pitched to all the corporate companies at the moment.
Yeah.
It is a small little fee for it on a monthly basis. We use it. We're on a trial at the moment, and it's really, really clever, and it's helping our sale progress.
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah.
So for your listening, guys, the app is called Mio, MIO. So if you want to learn more about it, go onto the App Store and you could download that. That gives you the ability to track your sale. So when you do decide that you want to sell your property, you can get your estate agent to use this app or this service. You could download it yourself, and that'll give you the ability to track your sale. This actually helped a lot of agents reduce the amount of time it takes to sell a house.
Yeah.
So it is a really a clever app. More onto the property now. What would you say the biggest challenge is for estate agents are in 2019?
Sorry, in terms of what, how many properties are coming or sale?
In terms of activity.
Okay. I think really the market is very buoyant at the moment, if that's what you're asking. Really, we are certainly really busy. And I know we act for a number of clients where we do portfolio building. And so we're doing a number of properties and they keep buying more. And so we've got quite a lot of that. We're doing quite a lot of new purchase. We're doing a lot of purchase of land with a view really to develop it. And as you probably know, I do both commercial and residential properties. So really, I think it's fair to say really that the market is very buoyant at the moment. There's no let-up at the moment.
The second person that said that to me, in fact, in terms a lot of cities, surrounding cities have slowed down, but Peterborough, there's been a slight increase. So I think that really correlates.
Oh, it is, and like Amir says, you get to see both sides of the transaction. You get to see the commercial when they're buying land, and in the back end when they're actually selling the development they built off of it.
Yeah.
So what would you say the outlook is for the end of the year? Because bearing in mind we've got Brexit around the corner.
Really, look, it's about supply and demand. Right? People are always going to need a house ready to move to. Just roll back a few years ago, my in-laws really had a house. We're all grown up. We have 3 children, so 3 houses. We've got children, and that's really how it's going to be. It's going to always be supply and demand, so you're always going to have
brilliant.
More.
So Amir, tell us a bit about yourself. How long have you been in Peterborough for?
Oh, I came in December 1991 from Pakistan.
Okay.
So
fantastic. So you've been here for
just nearly 28 years. 27.
Nearly 30
years. You've been here for quite a while. One question we ask all our guests is, what do they love about Peterborough? The reason why we ask that is because recently there was an article saying that Peterborough is dubbed as the worst city to live in the UK. So we believe that is really out of the context. You know, what have you got to say about that? What do you love about Peterborough, first of all?
Really, first of all, it's a great city. Really, with a lot of opportunities for development. A lot of people, and really very nice people, very friendly people, very helpful people, and really, it's a city which is a going place. It's improving.
Definitely,
it's seen a lot of development really in here, and
there
very
you go,
pleased
guys.
with it.
Fantastic. Peterborough's booming. It's up and coming. And Amir Butt, been in Peterborough for 28 years, loves Peterborough. So that's fantastic. Amir, just if you've got literally 50 seconds to tell us about your company and your services, what you guys do and what people need to do if they want to get in touch with you.
Well, we're A&B Law, business and property solicitors. That's all what we do. We do businesses, sale, purchases, land, sale, purchases, mortgages, remortgages, commercial mortgages, residential mortgages, houses, sale, purchases, and we're quite good at it. And
you are indeed. I use you, so
thank you.
That must be some truth in that.
I've used A&B Law many times. I normally get to deal with Tracy and Simon, and
they're great.
Honestly, they just make it so smooth.
Yeah, they are really great, and we're really happy. We've got a great team.
Hopefully next time we can get Tracy and Simon down here at some point. What do you reckon, Amir?
Definitely. She just come back from a holiday, hence for the reason. Otherwise, she would have really popped in.
Maybe that could be a good one for next time. But anyway, guys, our time is now up. Thank you very much for tuning in today to Salaam Radio. If there is anything that you want to discuss about the Peterborough property market, then please let us know. You can WhatsApp us on 07745 278 978, or you could just comment on Facebook Live as we are on there now. Our next guest is another mystery guest, so that is yet to be confirmed. So we will let you know about that hopefully during the week. Our topic, in fact, for next week is the top 25 most sellable streets in Peterborough. So guys, Make sure you tune in next week so we could talk more about that. You can rewatch this show on Facebook and YouTube, or alternatively by visiting my blog page, which is peterboroughpropertyblog.com, or search Kazafi Sadiq on Facebook or LinkedIn, where you can read plenty of my articles about the Peterborough property market.
Also, just touching on that, Kazafi, if any of the viewers have got anything in particular they want us to talk about and any particular guests they want us to bring on, why not get involved?
Exactly, guys. So
we get people like Amir, the industry experts, in here. We can ask them direct.
So hopefully, guys, if you're listening, that's one for you. If you do want to bring someone on, then let us know. From myself and Adam, thank you for joining us today on Salaam Radio. Thank you, Amir. Until next time, same place, we're your Peterborough property guys.
Stay tuned to